I'm a marketeer and a fitness girl who did everything right for 10 years and still didn't get my dream body. And as a marketeer, I'm exposing all the lies that the industry sold us about fitness and fat loss. Those lies are probably exactly the reason why you're not getting your dream body right now. And FYI, you're gonna be surprised, maybe even shocked, how everything you believe is just marketing. Let's start with the one that surprised me the most. Walking 10,000 steps a day. As someone who loves walking, I was really shocked about this. But the reality is that the famous walk 10,000 steps a day is just a marketing slogan originating from Japan from 1960s. A company that created pedometer needed a catchy number that people would remember for their marketing campaign. So the marketers were like, what will be a good number? Oh, 10,000. That sounds good. And that's how we all started believing 10,000 steps a day equals health. But it was not based on any science at the time. It was literally just a marketing slogan. However, in today's day and age, the benefits of walking are better researched, and yes, the 10,000 steps a day have been confirmed that it's beneficial, but the health benefits actually start already at 7K and to some people even at 4K. And there is also a number at which the health benefits of walking tend to plateau, and that actually happens to be at 7 to 10K for adults under 60. But we're talking about the disease prevention benefits plateau. In general, walking more is not harmful, and it has other benefits for your mental health, sleep quality, and just joy. And what's even more interesting is that the health benefits increase insanely when you go from sedentary to more active. So let's say if you're walking now 2K and you start walking 4K, the health benefits increase majorly. So in conclusion, the 10K steps a day is not some magic number. It is a good goal, but not an absolute requirement for you to be healthy, which was, for me, actually surprising. Which brings me to the next fitness marketing lie: protein. Let me explain this. I used to think that protein ice cream or protein pudding or anything that's got added protein in it is a better alternative, healthier alternative than some traditional options. So I'd often go and buy myself protein ice cream for dessert. Yay, I'm being healthy, I'm choosing for better alternative, this has better ingredients, it has protein in it, so I'm being healthy. Yay, that's what I thought. And if I saw traditional desserts, it's bad, unhealthy, avoid. But today, I'd rather have a fat piece of cake than a protein pudding. Here is why. Marketeers just love slapping that high protein on packaged food to make it look like a healthy choice. But in reality, these foods are just empty calories compared to whole food protein sources. Because whole foods provide micronutrients, fiber, and healthy fats, which these processed protein goods usually lack. They just add protein powder on top of a bunch of artificial processed stuff. And since you've been tricked into thinking that it's a healthy choice, you might also eat it more because you think, I am eating healthy stuff, so it's okay. What is even more problematic with this protein hype is that the hype around this one single ingredient makes you prioritize this single ingredient over the quality and source of the other ingredients. A real cake, which is made from sugar, flour, butter, some cream, is actually better for us in terms of that our body actually knows what to do with it. Our bodies recognize it better than some artificial stuff. And this is the exact reason why you might experience bloating or gas after eating a protein pudding. So all the protein chips, protein ice cream, protein pudding, protein cookies, protein bread seem healthy, but are not. It's just marketing. This is important for fat loss because fat loss isn't just about macros or calories, it's about how your body responds to what you eat. Which brings me to the next fitness marketing lie. And you're gonna love it or hate it. Calories in, calories out matters. I used to go hardcore on calorie counting. I knew my macros and I knew exactly how many calories the piece of cucumber I'm eating contains. I followed strict diets, full control, almost psychotic, but I had no results. What I failed to understand is that our bodies are more complicated than just 1 calorie in and 2 calories out, or vice versa. Things like what you eat and how your metabolism works matter more than just the numbers. Here's the thing, yes, the total energy intake does matter, but the calories in, calories out oversimplifies human metabolism way too much, and that's what makes it problematic. Calories in, calories out treats human metabolism as a static thing, whereas our metabolism is highly adaptable and dynamic. And that's why so many people fail with diets. So here's everything you should know about calories to simplify your fat loss. Calories in is not a fixed number for these 4 main reasons. How many calories your body actually extracts from what you're eating depends on the composition, fiber, and the preparation of what you're eating. You absorb less calories from whole nuts than nut butter. The more fiber, the less net calories absorbed. Reason number 2, your gut bacteria affects how many calories and nutrients are being absorbed from the food you eat. The better gut health, the better for you. Reason number 3, the databases and food labels are legally allowed to be off by 20%. Reason number 4, the quality of calories. So 200 calories of candy and 200 calories of veggies are metabolized completely differently. Okay, now we talked about the calories in. Now let's talk about the calories out. The calories out is highly variable. First of all food has a different thermic effect. So protein, carbs, and fats all require different amounts of energy to be digested, burned in your body. And the second reason why calories out is highly variable, and this is the most important thing you need to know, is because your metabolism is highly adaptable. Your metabolism literally adapts to lower calories. So if you're constantly dieting, your metabolism will slow down. This means that your calories out drop, which makes fat loss hard. This is why it's not working no matter how little you eat and how much you train. When your metabolism is slow, instead of getting fitter, your body might start to hold on to fat, especially around belly, look puffy and bloated, may look skinny fat. You might lack that toned look, and nothing you do gets you the results you want. And the unfortunate fact is that the fat loss becomes possible only when you fix your metabolism first. I know this because I've been stuck with this for years and nobody really told me what was going on with my body. That's exactly why I created for you the Fat Loss Fix, a 120-day metabolism reset. It's a full step-by-step system designed to fix your body's fat burning ability. So if you feel like your body isn't changing no matter what you do, this might be something for you. I'll leave the link in the comments if you want to check it out. Then there's one more important nuance that this calories in, calories out model completely ignores: hormones. Hormones are literally your body's regulators of satiety, hunger, and fat storage. What you eat affects differently your hormones, which influences how your body chooses to store or burn fat. So yes, the calories in, calories out is a scientific fact and it works in theory, but in practice, it oversimplifies how human metabolism works. That's why your hunger and satiety cues are really the best way to measure whether you're getting enough food or not. However, I do understand that to fully trust your body like that, you first need to get rid of all the food noise, fix your relationship with food and your hunger cues, and have a properly working metabolism. Which brings me to the next fitness marketing lie. I used to do workouts based on where I wanted to burn fat. So I will do a belly fat burn workout, burn arm fat workout, burn fat in your tights workout, and then be disappointed because the fat didn't go away. And this was because I used to believe that you can spot reduce fat. But this is just a marketing trick used amongst waist trimmers or other fat loss equipment, and also amongst workouts, also here on YouTube. Here's the hard truth. You cannot spot reduce fat. The only way to burn fat is to burn fat overall in your body. But you can't really choose where you burn that fat. For example, when I used to be a teenager, I used to have some love handles and I really didn't like it because I couldn't wear any nice pants without having that shape. So I read on the internet that you can burn fat by doing side abs. So I started doing my side abs and I didn't see results. And actually my waist even started getting wider because I started developing muscle there. Which brings me to the next fitness marketing lie. Ab workouts give you flat belly. The same way as you cannot spot reduce fat, you also can't get a flat belly with ab workouts. Flat belly is achieved when you lose fat overall and you got no water retention or bloating going on, which is possible when your nervous system is at rest, your hormones are balanced, and your metabolism is working properly. However, what I just said about ab workouts doesn't now mean that you should never train your abs again. What I meant is that if you're prioritizing ab workouts because you think it's gonna burn your belly fat, you gotta change your approach. You develop muscles under the fat layer, but it doesn't burn the fat directly. Which brings me to the next fitness marketing lie. You must drink 8 glasses of water a day is marketing. This number probably originated from a recommendation from 1940s where they said that people should get 2.5 liters of water in total. 2.5 liters of water is about 8 glasses, but what it explicitly ignores is that the original recommendation said that 2.5 liters of water including the water coming from food such as fruits and vegetables. So how much water should you then be drinking? The actual amount of water you should be drinking is highly individual and it depends on your climate and how active you are. So if you're, for example, an athlete living in a hot climate, you're gonna need so much more water than someone who is sedentary living in a cold climate like myself. That's why you should listen to your thirst. For healthy people, your natural thirst mechanism is a very reliable guide for hydration. So drink when you're thirsty and stop when the thirst is conquered. Which brings me to the next fitness marketing lie. You gotta lift weights to get slim because muscle burns more fat. So when you have more muscle, it's easier to be fit. And I'm well aware that what I'm gonna say next is gonna spike opinions, but it's okay. First of all, the statement that muscle burns more fat than fat is over-exaggerated. Actually, the difference is quite tiny. 1 pound of muscle burns about 6 calories a day, and 1 pound of fat burns about 2 calories a day. Even if you would add 10 pounds of muscle, which is about 4.5 kilo, you would increase your metabolism only by 60 calories per day, which is basically one small cookie if you're calculating calories. So the idea that building muscle will turn you into a fat-burning machine is over-exaggerated. Then there is more. Not every girl wants to have muscle. Some girls just want to get slim, like I did and I still do, and that's okay. But the problem is that there isn't really proper advice out there for us. It's either go lift weights and make sure your macros are right, or don't eat anything and do tons of cardio. And I tried both. I went to the gym, I hit my macros, and sure, I got stronger, but I didn't really get the body I was after. And I also tried to eat as little as possible, do tons of cardio, burn calories like crazy, and that just made me gain more fat, made me puffy and bloated, and ruined my health. So here's the thing that no one tells us. Lifting weights gets you fit, but to get that slim, toned, or however you want to call it body type, you are most likely better off with low impact, nervous system friendly exercise. And to be absolutely clear, this isn't about one body type being better than the other. Weightlifting is great, especially for bone density, strength, and longevity, but I just want to bring a holistic approach for those who do want to get that slim body, because the advice on the internet is honestly effed up. Which brings me to the next fitness marketing lie. Years ago, I fell into the trap of believing something silly. I saw one influencer at the time marketing a detox tea, and it went something like this. Detox tea will help you to lose fat and tone up because it detoxifies your body. And I was so desperate to get my dream body that I went ahead and ordered myself one. I drank that tea for a while and no results. I wonder why. Anyone who believes into detoxes out there, please listen. The concept of detoxifying your body as we know it is a marketing trick for supplements, teas, and certain diets. When it comes to the real detoxifying, your kidneys and liver got it covered. And the only diet that actually detoxifies your body is fasting, which I'm not going to talk about in this video, but please don't overdo it. And most importantly, detox doesn't equal fat loss, which brings me to the next fitness marketing lie. Another thing that I used to do back in the days when I was desperate to get my dream body was fasted workouts. I came across some advice that fasted workouts are super efficient for fat loss, like the fat is gonna melt, especially in your belly. So I went ahead and I started doing fasted workouts in the morning. I could run for 10, 12, or 15 kilometers and no results. Here's the thing. The idea of fasted workouts is very romantic, that your body will use your fat storages for fuel during a workout. And there is some evidence on this too, but for a woman, a fasted workout is more often a disaster than a benefit because our bodies are more sensitive to energy availability than men. Problem is that fasted workouts is usually way too much stress for women, especially if you do it often. But if you're stressed, you cannot lose fat. And what is more is that fasted workouts can trigger intense hunger, which can result into overeating. So the claims of superior fat loss is just marketing. Fueling before workouts will benefit you more than a fasted workout. And I so wish I knew this information like 10 years ago when I used to wake up at 6 a.m. to go for a fasted run. If I remember, like, gosh, all the things I put my body to go through when the actual answer was to just chill the F out. So many women are following that advice that actually works against us. So if you're not getting a dream body, no matter what you do, watch this video next.